Hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC is my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Manual D, Condominium Part 15, placing registers. Alright, so let's get into it. So in the previous video we were talking about how to put the, the coil, the static pressure, the CFM. Now what we have to do, we need to place our registers. So for that, let's go to the layout. In the layout right here, what we have is the following. Okay, so in the layout, in order to see the registers, we have to go to the tree. In the tree on the second floor, we have the option of ducts and ducts notation, right? So we have the ducts and then we're gonna check in there. So check ducts and check duct notations, right? What is building notations? Not important right now. Okay, and now that we have ducts and ducts notations, it's gonna show you the CFM that the program is giving you for every bedroom, and it's gonna be interesting to go deeper on that, but for now let's just see that now. But there is an issue with this. What is the issue, Roberto, right? The issue is the following. In here you have to, for example, for the family room and kitchen, you have 233 CFM. So what is the size of this duct? Supposedly you don't know the size, but you can go right clicking here. You can see that the size is 12 square. So this is a 12 by 12 register. Usually in commercial you have 12 by 12, 24 by 24 when you have ceiling tiles, but in residential you usually have a drywall, right? But in this case that's not a good idea, because let's do this. When you have the family room and kitchen and you have 233 CFM, you don't know the you don't know the size. I want to show the size of each register. In order to do that, you have to right click outside of the layout. So outside of the layout, I'm going to right click, go to notations. Under notations, you have register contains airflow. So in this case, if you click there, you're going to have the option that says size and airflow. So when you do size and airflow and then you exit out, there we go. You have the size and you have the airflow. That's what we need. Okay, in the meantime, what we're going to do is, see, by default, for every room is showing you in the middle. What we're going to do is, let's put this at the perimeter. So usually what we need to do is, we put the registers at the perimeter, see? Wherever is exposed at the perimeter. And wait a minute, this is a return. So the return is going to be close to the unit. The unit is going to be in the utility area, right? The mechanical room under the utility area, okay? But where is my unit? My unit is located right here. By default, let's grab it. Let's drag it to the mechanical or utility area. Let's put this register right here near the unit. Okay, there we go. Let's keep on placing this register. See, this is in the living room. We're gonna put it on the perimeter, and the other one, this is in the closet. Let's put it here. Dressing room right here, bathroom right here. See, we're just placing the registers very quickly, organizing a little bit. In the hallway, we're gonna just exclude this because it's interior, it's not exposed to anyone. We're just deleting that. In the bedroom, we're gonna put in the perimeter, but close to the window. See, the window is right there. Okay, utility area in the mechanical room, we're not gonna have any register. See, we're gonna delete this. It says if you delete the last supplied register in the room, the program will proportionally redistribute its loads. Okay, no problem. Yes, there we go. Again, in the corridor, why the corridor is showing me a register? Because apparently this corridor is part of the calculation, which is not correct, because my condo or the condo is only this part. It doesn't include the stairs, it doesn't include the corridor. This is the main door. That's what that's what I care. The corridor shouldn't be included. So what I'm going to do is right click on the corridor, and then under the room it says included in calculations. Yes, but that is wrong. And this is a good opportunity to show you something. What is my square feet of this condominium? In order to find the square feet, I'm gonna go to the worksheet. Under the worksheet, I'm gonna go click on these two arrows to the left. It says entire house room area 1861. Wow, that is not correct, right? Because from my room layout, what I have is, let's check on my ceiling plans. In here, see, for this room layout, it says this condominium is supposed to be 1636 square feet. 1636. Okay, this is big. 1861 is not correct. And the reason is this corridor. As of now, it says it's included in the calculations. Yes, in this case, we have to put no. Okay, there you go. We put no. But now let's check on the area. The area is going to be now 1669. Okay, it's closer. Secondly, see, in here we were, let's continue on this actually. See, we're gonna double check now on the neighbor. On the neighbor, the same thing. We're gonna have no, add only. Yeah, we're all good on in here. Okay, now for the foyer, I should have one. I should really have one diffuser in here. But now you have two options. Look at this. So in here you right click, because my ceiling diffusers are not gonna be 12 by 12. My ceiling diffusers usually are different, because if we go and do right click, we have that this register type, it says floor two-way. This is not gonna be floor two-way. This is gonna be ceiling diffuser two-way. It's gonna be on the ceiling. And it's not gonna be a square, it's gonna be rectangular, and that's gonna be, yeah, rectangular, and then this is gonna be 12 by 6, for example. There we go. Okay, now it's looking more like a register in the ceiling, right? Ceiling register. But however, you're not gonna be doing this for every register that you see in here. It's a waste of time. So that's why we have to go to the duct preferences. Under the duct preferences, in other videos, what we did is we already pre-selected this flex duct attic 1 story, right? Okay, so in order to have this, but the same settings, but with the difference of, instead of flex, we're gonna have rigid this time, rigid duct. Okay, which is better, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 3 dots, and then under the 3 dots, we're gonna copy what we have already. And then this is gonna be, instead of rigid, instead of flex, it's gonna be rigid. Okay, rigid. Instead of attic, we're gonna put condo, rigid condo. Instead of flex, we're gonna put rigid. And then rigid duct with junction boxes. In this case, it's gonna be rigid branches. All right, rigid branches. Okay, we have the velocities in here. See, and duct material round flex vinyl. No, this is actually gonna be sheet metal. Okay, sheet metal. The trunk is gonna be sheet metal. The branch is gonna be sheet metal, and the trunk is gonna be sheet metal for the supply and the return. Sheet metal, and it's gonna be totally rigid, right? The maximum velocities are based on ACA standards. It says minimum diameter. Okay, well, let's put that in there. But in here, what we have is insulation, low or none, maybe medium, but we'll see. It doesn't affect me in this case. Rectangular shape. My minimum size is actually 10 by 6. Maybe let's do it in here, 8 by 6 minimum. Okay, 10 by 6 rectangular. And in here, let's do it 16 by 16, classic. No, let's leave it 14 by 14. There we go. And then we hit apply. There we go. We have it already. Okay, so now under duct preferences, what we're gonna do is gonna go here and look for, where is that? Manual D condo, no, it's not that. Rigid duct condo, there we go. Okay, it's the second one. No, not really. Okay, it created two of them. So we're gonna clean this up a little bit. We're gonna go here. See, we have two rigid condos. This one, delete. Okay, yes. Okay, there we go. So we have one rigid condo. There we go. Okay, and also this is not good. Actually, it was the other one. But instead of vinyl flex, we're gonna have in here duct liner sheet metal. Okay, and then we're gonna have in here the same thing, sheet metal. Okay, vinyl flex, we're gonna sheet metal, and then the same thing in here, sheet metal. Okay, well, there we go, we have everything ready. So as you can see in here in my registers, all of them had been updated and changed. Okay, but now this is the second part. You need coordination with the architect. The architect is going, or the homeowner or the architect, you need to propose something to the owner, because you don't want to, if it's a new construction, you don't want to do a design and then all of a sudden they say, no, this is not correct, we don't like it like that. So that's why coordination is very important. One document or one file you're going to get from the architect is actually the RCP ceiling, so reflected ceiling plans. Okay, so what are my ceiling heights? For example, in all the condo, you're going to have 7 feet 11 inches, almost 8 feet, and they are going to provide a bulkhead. So this is a bulkhead where you have lower ceiling. This bulkhead has been provided pretty much in order to place our trunk. You have another bulkhead on the bathrooms. Also in the bathrooms, you're going to have low ceilings, see, 6 feet 11 inches, or you're going to have 7 feet, right? So usually on the bathrooms, they put lower ceiling to put more equipment. Okay, the corridor is going to be 7 feet 11, and the rest of the rooms are going to be 7 feet 11. Why is this important in the RCP? Because that will define if you're going to put your ceiling registers, floor registers, wall registers. So that's very important. Based on these RCP reflected ceiling plans, you can now do a sketch or a proposal of your ductwork. And you can review it with the architect. They could give you their comments. You can propose your ductwork, and then at the end you can have something very interesting. So, for example, this is my layout of ductwork, and this is based on existing conditions. Okay, so my this is not the furnace. This is the air handling unit. The air handling unit is going to be here. I'm going to have my trunk in here, and then I'm going to have two branches to the left and to the right. The same part for this main trunk. You're going to have a branch to the right and a branch to the left. Okay, and then as you can see, I have my ceiling registers right there, ceiling registers, and we're going to have one wall register for this part. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to place them in here. Okay, so in here what we're gonna have is the following in here. You have 195 CFM for the living room and dining, but there is a space for another register. In order to put one more register, as you can see, oh, this is also another trick. It's gonna be very helpful to lock the layout. In order to look, because I want to select only the registers, I don't need the building or the rooms, because you can make a mistake like moving the room, see? It's not a good idea. So you want to lock the rooms. If you want to lock the rooms, you go here to the building on the tree, you go to the building and double click on the hand right there. Double click, and there is a lock now. Once you lock it, you're not going to be able to select the rooms anymore, but you can select the registers still. However, as you can see, my HVAC shapebox tool got grayed out, so you cannot do anything. See, you can't do anything. But a very good trick is just to check and uncheck the ducts on the tree. So right now it's checked. uncheck it and check it again. See, it shows again. Now you're able to use the shape toolbox, right? But now in here you have, as I was mentioning, this is going to be 195. We're going to split it in two. So what I'm going to, this is going to be split into, so it's going to be half. Another register in here I'm going to add. So right here we have supply register. Click there and then just draw your register right there. There we go. So you have two registers right there, and I'm going to place this very close to the window. See, there we go. So this is on the window, this is on the window, perimeter, right? That's perimeter. Another one I have in here, 214. Based on my existing conditions, actually, they only have one right here. And personally, I would put in here 2. But why? The reason for this 244 CFM is basically the load. What is the load of this family and kitchen? The load is high. Why is it high? Because I'm gonna unlock this just to see. So I'm gonna click on the room, family and kitchen. As you can see, the load is 209,900 BTUs an hour. And the reason is you have the kitchen, which is 2000 BTUs alone, and the family room. In the family room, as you can see, this is kind of a small family room. You can always make a trade-off in here. The biggest space is right here in the living room. In here you have the kitchen, and the family room is very small compared to the living room and dining. So people are gonna gather more on this side than in this side. Okay, so in that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce my load, because you're not gonna have in here the family room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Okay, so you can do that in here by saying instead of 900, you're gonna have maybe 2 people, 230 plus 230, that's gonna be 460, for example. You can put 460, there we go. And how much is my CFM now? It's 223. We're reducing it a little bit, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my register right here. Let's put it just in the middle. See, still in the perimeter. And now, now again, I'm gonna lock it. Yeah, now it's locked. And then my trick, check and check. So that way I can enable my shaped toolbox. Now, see, I have another register in here for the den. This should be located very close to the window, usually 1 feet, you know, best engineering practices, but depends on the situation. And this is also another one that I'm gonna locate there, okay? However, in the existing conditions that we have that they will be sharing only, they're gonna be lining up, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little bit of modifications to my floor layout, because in here what we have is this distance. We go here and it says dimension. This dimension is 2 feet. And based on these drawings, this dimension should be like maybe 1.5 feet. And not only that, because if you can see in here, the square feet is 1636. And in here I have, it doesn't have to be precise. See, it's 1669. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to pull it. Where is it? I'm going to pull this wall a little bit closer to the closet. Okay. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit more. Yeah. And this down a little bit more. There we go. Pull in a little bit more. Now, what's my square footage? 1655. Okay. And now even I could pull a little bit more. See, I could pull a little bit more in here, and I could do a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna lock this again. It's locked, and then check and uncheck and check and check, and then I'm gonna move this lower. There we go. There we go. And again, the reason I did this change is just you don't have to do that, honestly, but see, I'm making it a little bit more precise on the square feet, okay? And also, it's not a big deal, but the best way would be to put the register closer, right? but in this case I'm following existing conditions, so that way I could put one duct in here and they would be all lining up like it is in the field. Okay, all right, so now we place the registers in here, and now I'm gonna have another register for the living room. Since this is big, I have another register right here. See, the other register is near the dining area, and I don't have registers on the foyer, okay, or I don't have any other registers in here. Okay, so let's put another on the dining area. We don't have any, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create one, go here, supply register, put it there, and I want to rotate it. Okay, so I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. See, let's rotate this 90 degrees. Go here, rotate, 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 rotate right here. Rotate. Or even, let's do this. Hold on, let's go here instead of, we can put in here 6 by 10. There we go. A very quick way to rotate for now. Now on the foyer we don't have any register. We're gonna put yes, and then on the hallway we don't have registers. And again in the bedroom 2 and 1 and dressing and closet, they will be all lining up too. There we go. They are all lining up. Lining up, lining up. There we go. And we're gonna put this on the side. Now they are lining up. So in other words, I'm gonna have one trunk that goes north to south like this, and then as I'm trying to simulate the existing conditions. Okay, so now there is one more part in here. The following is also saying that the register on the bedroom number 2 is gonna be wall register. Okay, so this is pretty much the ductwork layout. Okay, all right, so now there is an issue on this part which is very interesting. Where is my CFM for the bedroom 2, bedroom 1 and dressing and closet? The reason they are not showing any CFM is because there's no any load. Okay, so if you don't have load, then you don't have CFM. But what if you want to put a supply register on the bedroom 1 and 2 and dressing room and closet, and it's the requirement of the architect to provide a supply diffuser there? So in order to provide a supply diffuser, you have to add a load. What we're gonna do in here is we're just gonna put one occupant. Okay, so I'm gonna unlock the floor, go here. This is a trick. You go to the loads and just put one occupant, which is 230. There we go, we put some load in there. So it's giving me 15 CFM. Go here to the bedroom number 2, put a load, 230, and then put the dressing room, go to the appliances, 230. And then go to the closet again, and the closet has actually a load, so there's no problem. There we go. So now we have the CFM already there for each bedroom. So all my registers already have a CFM, and then in the next video what we're going to be doing is we're going to start placing our ductwork. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe, and also leave any comment. So any question that you might find in design or Wrightsoft is very welcome. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.